Graffiti has been around in all different parts of the world in one form or another, whether it was, you want to consider the cave paintings in Lascaux on down. People, by the time they had walls, they were writing on them. Early in the United States, beginning really in the antebellum years, people began to write on boxcars that would roll from coast to coast. In the hobo years of the Depression, that became even more prominent. There was always gang graffiti dating back to the 30s and 20s in Los Angeles and other parts of California, the Southwest. There was name-based graffiti all over the place. There was Kilroy was here, which actually sprung out of a suburb of Boston, oddly enough, and became this kind of global icon for the greatest generation. But when this odd combination of name and fame came together in the late 1960s in both Philadelphia and New York, it really exploded. And what was so magical and so important in the history of American graffiti were the years really 1971 to 1975 in New York. And what happened was a generation of kids, and it's really important to remember that. These were kids. There was almost nobody over the age of 19 involved in this. Developed a whole art form that went from a simple signature, just Joe was here kind of thing, all the way up to a mural that covered the entire side of a subway car. And this was something that had just never been seen in our history before, an entire movement just completely developed by kids. We all who have that inner kid in us still can retain that appeal of what graffiti is, this just amazing amount of line and color that is in a public space. And then just the whole, how did they do that kind of factor.
Graffiti at its purest, at its rawest, at its best, and the true definition of graffiti is illegal. Illegal art on a wall, for me, that's what it means. It works best on the street, it works best under a bridge, it works best on a train rolling by you, and that's what it is, If you're a really good graffiti artist, you're going to work with your setting. You're going to look at the city differently. You're going to see a rooftop, you're going to see a spot someone else might not have seen, and you're going to work with the city. So if you're really good at that and really good at choosing your color palettes and making that work, there's a good chance you're going to become a better artist.
It's always hard to get kids, or young people at all, or just anybody, into museums, into galleries. It's hard to get people through the door. That's the constant challenge. And then once you have them there, you have to present them with something that is, that is going to captivate them. And that's hard. Now, it's also very hard to get your name 40 feet tall or 40 feet long on the side of a bridge abutment while a train whizzes by. But a lot of people see that. And it's a funny little fact, it's a funny little inconvenient truth of museums that the front of them, the facade of the museum will always be seen by more people than the inside and the art within. And graffiti writers, well, they're not dumb, they recognize that. And they work in public spaces because they can be seen there.